Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching Channels Beam and our focus today is Nigeria. 54 years and 55, we just started counting. Just heard from our online contributors, but we're now joined by Paul Uto, the social commentator and a believer for great Nigeria. Paul, thank you for coming on this program this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
So let me just start. What exactly are your thoughts? 54 years?
Well, I think we have not done badly as a nation compared to where we're coming from with vis-a-vis military rule. And now we've had 16 years of democratic practice. Even though it's not what you will want to term as a perfect democracy, even though there's no perfect democracy in the world, but I think we've done well. We've fared better than where we have been. So when you look back at our days at independence and how far we have come, I think we've done better. That we can do much, much better.
Okay, so how do we go about doing much more better?
Well, I think all hands must be on deck. It's not just to talk about it, but to get involved. If we're going to have a great nation, the dream, the dream of everybody being realized, everybody from young to old has to get involved in this democracy. It is not just enough to sit back and criticize the government. That everybody has to look back inwards and see what he or she can contribute to make the nation great.
So, but one of the key things that, especially those on the hangout, we're talking about were things, our diversity, our ethnicity. They feel it has been a major plug, in the wheel of progress. Do you agree?
Well, I will agree to some extent, because a lot of people have played on ethnic and religious sentiments to get their way. When a man wants to contest for an election, or maybe when he loses an election, he falls back on ethnic and religious sentiments to whip up sentiments of the people. And that should not be. If everybody understands that what we have is a nation, and we should put our ethnic or religious differences aside to see a nation great. If you look at other countries of the world, they have their challenges. We have peculiar challenges. But religion is not the major issue. Ethnicity is not the major issue. If we can see ourselves, number one, as Nigerians, which we are. We are humans, and then we are Nigerians. We may not be able to do something about where we are born into, but if you abandon ship and take up residency somewhere else, sooner or later you'll come back home. Instead of running away and going somewhere else, why not just put your hands together and let's build a vibrant nation? No nation in the world, is exempt from challenges. We have our peculiar challenges, just like the Boko Haram issue that we have. Other nations have their issues with terrorism. Nobody is running away. Everybody's putting hands together on deck. If we all play our part, we can have a vibrant nation. We can have a better nation. We can have a greater nation. Nigeria can rise again and be the giant of Africa that we grew up knowing it to be.
Okay, talking about building this vibrant nation, people are actually also looking at the fact that the realities on ground isn't that favorable to build, especially for those who want to build but lack the capacity to build. How do we go past this quagmire, so to speak?
Well, I think the first thing is the fact that we're in a democracy. Every adult above 18 needs to register to vote. In a democracy, if you keep complaining about the system being bad and you do not vote, you have in a sense voted, because you have said whatsoever wants to happen, let it happen. But if every Nigerian above 18 registers to vote and exercises that franchise, then we are on a path to seeing these things come to pass. But if we all sit on the fence because we don't like political parties or we don't like certain individuals that are running for office, why don't you take the step towards being the man that is running for office if you feel all those that are running for office do not qualify in your own definition? There's nothing stopping you from starting even from the local government level or from the World Congress level, taking part in an election, registering, becoming a member of a political party of your choice, and then going out to canvass for votes and taking a gradual step from there to saying, okay, let me at least try in my neighborhood. You see, one of the things that we have had in the past few years is that people complain that when you ask them what they've done, nobody comes up with any response. We all have community of friends. We all have influences. Have we influenced our small circle? Let's take it from there. If we can influence our little circle where we are and would speak positive things concerning our nation and would take steps towards putting certain things in place, we are already on the right track.
All right, Paul. So how do we just get past this and wrap it up now?
Well, just like I said, number one, register to vote. Number two, exercise that franchise. Number three, take steps towards being the change. Being the change in the sense that you can also aspire for political office. And if we all do that, rather than just sit down and become armchair critics, we can see the change come to pass.
All right, Paul Luto, thank you. It's a pleasure having you this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Sharing your thought, of course, on the program with us and with our viewers at home. But then, as he said, don't be the person who sits at home and decides to just be an armchair critic. Be the change that you want to be the change that you want to happen. We'll take a quick break, and you see your comments coming through our social media platforms. We look at all those, and of course, the most viewed videos on our YouTube channel in the past week. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back. Do remember you can watch these conversations all over again. Just visit our website, it's channelstv.com, or YouTube channel, youtube.com/channelsweb. We'll take another break and then look at some of the comments you sent from home.
If you want to know what's trending or you miss your favorite live shows, you can watch it all on our YouTube channel. Simply log on to www.youtube.com/channelsweb. Scroll down to your favorite program and click play. You can also view all uploaded videos by clicking on View All. Don't forget to subscribe and get the latest videos. If they are interesting, like them and be heard. Get connected with the channel's television YouTube page. The news at your fingertips.
Abu Bakr Shekau's declaration of a caliphate in northeastern Nigeria continues to draw the attention of viewers as it rounds up the list of most viewed videos in the past week at number 5.
Yeah.
Singer Yemi Alade's confession that a hit song Johnny is a true story also makes the list in 4th position.
Let's just hope that it takes more than just the beauty to keep them. So.
At 3 is President Jonathan's visit to the Synagogue Church of All Nations collapsed 6-story guest house.
I'll give you an example of what happened here, even yesterday's service. Okay? A young man attempted suicide in the church.
And at number 2 is a video of a representative of Synagogue Church saying a young man tried to commit suicide.
On another area, during the prophetic service, a young man jumped through the gallery.
Sadly, at number 1 is a video of a factory worker whose dead body was thrown inside a gutter after the company allegedly failed to grant him medical leave to treat himself.
I was walking here. They didn't give me permission. That day I was sick. I was feeling chest. I was coughing out blood like this. I told them to give me permission. They did not give me permission. So I had to resign. That is the same thing they did. This guy is my very, very close friend. That is what they did to him. They didn't give me permission.
We do surely appreciate those comments and, of course, your engagements on our YouTube channel. At 54, an average woman is a grandmother who has seen it all and is at a vantage position to nurture younger women. Comparatively, Nigeria is a toddler at 54. The country arguably is yet to become a nation. Ethnic conflicts, civil unrest, poverty, lack of basic social amenities, insurgency, high rate of children out of school, and the perennial unresolved mystery in the power sector still remain unsolved 54 years after independence, in spite of the huge capital and human resources available. And Nigerians would have shot themselves in the foot if the person they vote on February the 15th does not have the answers to these challenges and more. This is where we draw the curtains on this edition of the program, but the online conversation continues, and the addresses on your screen is the place to go to be part of this conversation. I am Victor Matthias.